been much between Semiz and Mr. John.
Certainly was striking there, but of course both these players, you know, there are 13 senior titles between the two of them.
Running 1 and 2 right now in terms of most titles. Teata up high in the pocket and a nice break to open up the opening match.
Trips that 4-7-10 out of there. In practice, he was just stuffing them all, wasn't he, Dan?
Maybe got a little slow with speed.
A little tentative on the first shot. Got away with it, though.
A striking bowling machine right here in John Handegard.
Just a repeating machine. Throws every shot the same, it appears.
Like a computer. Registers, ends up with a solid 10-pin.
Interesting now, Teata came out through the first shot a little soft. John threw his a little harder and leaves the hard 10. Of the two, John's shot actually was purer and better, and he got 9.
And of course, that would be the tendency probably for both players in pressure situations, don't you think?
I think it depends on your personality, Dan. I know under pressure, I had to make myself think to throw it harder because I would slow up. A guy like Joe Berardi would always throw it hard.
Sure. Spare up for the handyman in the opening frame.
John Handegard, a 4-step player, holds the ball waist high. See how that right foot's in front? Backswing right here is at shoulder high. As he goes into the slid. Perfect balance at the foul line, perfect follow through. That's the way you want to teach your youngster to do it right there.
Handegard with a solid game from start to finish. Averaged 224 on this pair of lanes this week. And a nice flush hit. High pocket hit on lane 41 provides his first strike.
Teata wants to get out quickly against Mr. Handegard because he knows that John can throw strikes and strikes and strikes.
If Teata would win tonight, he would move into second place on the current money list. He would also become the first 2-time winner this year on the senior tour. Oh my. Clean, crisp release on that shot.
Just pretty. Teata, 5-step bowler. See how he holds the ball higher than Handegard. His backswing, as we'll see, is also much higher. Kind of controls the downswing. Now, as the backswing gets to the height, we see it's all the way up over his head. He's in his pivot step right there, ready to take that step. He'll bend that knee. Watch the bend of the knee. Gets real low to the foul line. You can't throw it much better than that thing.
Trying to increase the early lead in game number 1.
Looks like he's really concentrating on going slow. That seems to be the thought pattern in his mind right now.
Another beautiful shot for Teata Semiz, who at 59 years of age, showing no signs whatsoever of slowing up.
It's amazing to me. Teata, who can repeat shots, even though he has that high backswing. See the control of the swing right there. That's not a free swing. He's controlling it. But the results are 10 pins in the pit.
After the 10-pin, John Handegard with a beautiful shot on lane 42. And you and I, neither one of us surprised at the scoring condition here in the championship round. They threw a bunch of strikes here this week.
They certainly did. And John took a re-rack on that shot, Dan. The solid 10 in the first frame makes you see that pocket getting smaller and smaller, so he took the re-rack. And we see the speed, 18.8 miles per hour, and just a small head belly of about 2.5 boards.
Trying to climb back into the match. Another beautiful shot for John Handegard, who answers with a 3-bagger of his own.
And he always comes back when he does so well with that little wry smile, like a little boy that's getting patted on the head, you know?
So funny, the players have an hour to practice prior to the telecast, and most players will practice parts of that hour. John Handegard threw shot after shot for 60 minutes. Just loves to bowl.
He does love to bowl, you're right. This guy loves to throw strikes. Has to hurry. Oh, a nice break.
That's a signal right there. Gave that shot a little bit of room, Michael. Got away with one on the light hit.
And we see Teata at 5'11", 180 pounds. He's been that 180 pounds since he was probably 39, you know? 33 years of pro. This is a replay of the shot. As we see, a little bit softer, a little bit wider. See, it didn't look like he was get back there. Now, what hits the 7-pin? The 4-pin fell into the 7-pin right there. Trying for 5.
Trying is over. He does have a 5-bagger. So Teata Semiz storms to the early lead here in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Tremendous turnout all week long by the fans.
Handegard looks thinner, but weighs 5 pounds more. Hard to believe he's 55 already. 25 years of pro. What's that, 58 years between the two of them as pros? 13 titles. Will it carry?
Yep. Well, what's interesting about this condition, the handyman playing a very tight shot to the pocket, and Teata Semiz obviously circling the ball a little bit.
Right. John is just trying to ride that oil line right down the pocket for Teata circling around it.
10 shots, 9 strikes.
And 1 solid 10 pin. Unfortunately, when you're in a match like this, you can't afford a 10 pin.
Interesting thing, last night, Teata Semiz started with the first 8 against Jimmy Certain, and guess what?
Got beat. That was right after he bowled 300 also.
That'll teach you. Handegard with the Greek church, and that popped up at a very inopportune time for John Handegard as Teata Semiz is locked in on this pair.
But sometimes that will happen when you're riding an oil line, that you get just a little bit soft and the ball will knife through. What he wants to try and do is probably go for the 3 pins here and hope something slides around and knocks them all out of there. Doesn't happen.
So the handyman derails himself at the midway point. Teata Semiz trying to cool off a little bit, but he's got the hot hand. A big lead for Teata in game number 1. Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light. Teata Semiz, who first captured a national title on the PBA Tour back in 1968, leads by 29 and is in control.
Yeah, maybe thinking about something else other than winning. All we had to do is say it, huh? It's like this guy hasn't missed a free throw yet. Wang!
You winced in that 10-pin still. It was like the old bowling. It was like somebody poked you right in the rib. It's from all those years.
All those years, right.
You just start flinching when those 10 pins happen. Teata with a beautiful shot. Ending up with a solid 10 that stops the string. The lead maintained at this stage. And don't forget, tomorrow night, beginning at 7:30, and we've got baseball action for you. The Rangers and the Detroit Tigers. Oh, what about the Tigers at this point in time? Sparky's probably looking for the high-level bridge at this stage. Huh?
What a tailspin, huh?
Oh, well, they've got plenty of offense. They'll turn things around. And, of course, the Yankees, who are off to an excellent start, take on the Athletics. That's the late game. Big doubleheader tomorrow night. Back to live action. Teata Semiz trying to get back into the strike column, and lane 41 provides yet another miscue.
Well, I tell you, that lane just, with both bowlers, just makes that little sudden snap at the back end, and both of them pay the full penalty. Handegard suddenly has second life right now.
I mean, that's like 4 minutes in the penalty box when you leave something like that. That'll slow you down. John Handegard's thinking, well, I got the break that I needed. Teata stopped the string. Now he has an open. I'm within striking distance. I've got to get myself going.
Well, he's within 14 pins with 4.5 frames to go. It can happen, or 3.5 frames to go.
He has really performed well on the senior tour in clutch situations.
Boy, when that one fell back all the way.
You know, it's interesting, Mike. You mentioned something just prior to the telecast, and you can see it here with the height of John's backswing completely different than Teata Semiz.
There has to be 10 inches difference between the two. It just shows you that bowling such a diverse game that both guys get it done in such a proficient style, yet they approach it from a different angle. I mean, their attack is even different. John, you're trying to go straighter, Teata looping it.
If you've got a shorter backswing, you're going to throw the ball straight, aren't you? The
Usually. Boy, did he make the adjustment right now? You think, did he go 1-1 left on that, or?
Good question. We'll have to watch the next time around. I mean, you can almost parallel your game to a certain degree to the way John Handegard's playing on the senior tour.
Very similar.
Very accurate and repeat shot after shot. Get locked in and hit the pocket. Teata leads by 4, but after Handegard's doubled, he got his attention. Now Teata comes back with a strike of his own.
Key shot coming up right here, Dan.
All right, what's Teata do? Did he make the mistake with speed, or is he going to move?
He's going to move, Dan. He's definitely going to move his feet left one more at least. That's my humble opinion.
That's what you would have done. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm not fooling around. Much rather be light than high.
Strike here puts him back on top by 14, heading down the stretch run.
Ooh, he moved. He still went high. I'd move again. I'll tell you what.
Well, what about more loft?
That's one way to approach it. It was never necessarily mine. I moved my feet. Over close to the third arrow. Watch the 2 pin. Hits the 4. Handegard has to strike here. Keep it within 4 pins if he can strike. Will he carry? No.
You knew it when it left.
I didn't know it. Just in situations like that, you're fighting to get back up. I've seen it happen in many, many sports. You know, you get so close. That would have set him up to take the lead with the next shot. And the 10 pin has a way of standing. Cross lane at the 10 pin. He's not lost. We watch it. The 6 pin just wraps right around that 10. Very straight at the spare. It's a dead center. He's not out of the match, but he has to strike here and set himself up for the 10. Down 15 pins.
Speaking of setting himself up, last night won 7 of 8 matches in a very close final 8 games here just to qualify for the telecast.
Well, he's bowled an excellent game here. 1 errant shot. You know, he gets 5 and 8 out on that one.
And he trails, but when the scores are high, that's normally the case.
Yep. Got it. Boy, more loft. Let it carry.
See, I'm thinking that's basically, I don't think it's so much a move there. I think it's just a touch of the leg. I think if you move a little too far left, that ball's going to skid. I'd like to be able to shoot 260 and lose.
Well, it's going to be 230 if he goes out.
Oh, that's the 10. Okay. Different score sheets this week.
Yes, they're looking a little different to us, right? Kind of fake both of us out there, doesn't he?
Using the home version, draw up your own. I tell you, I wouldn't want to lose with 230 either, to be quite honest with you.
Well, he's got Teata's attention for that 10th frame, I'll tell you. Teata's going to need to fill. With one more strike, he finishes with 230 even. Teata will have to fill 16 pins in the 10th frame.
And if you're out here, that's what you want. You want to make your opponent fill with something.
Nine strikes, and he probably doesn't have a chance, huh?
1 errant shot, as you mentioned, in the 6th when he was on a 4-bagger. It was the Greek church. And that was all she wrote for John. Now it's a question of what Teata does here in the 10th.
Strike box.
Yeah.
A lot of room. But it roared back. Beautiful.
I think Teata realizes, especially on 42, Mike, that he does have a little room to play with to the right.
And the ball seems to make an even arc back then. It doesn't make that overreaction and snap through the nose.
Like it has done on occasion on the left hand.
On the left hand, right.
Teata Semiz a winner in match number 1. Will get it easier. Gary Dickinson, the next player on the step ladder. Teata is one of the prettiest bowlers to watch when he's in stroke and that ball comes off his hand. It's one of the cleanest releases that you'll find not only on the senior tour but on the regular tour.
Well, especially tonight. You know, we were watching that in practice and watching how the hand action that he had going forward. And what we're talking about that to the novice bowlers, when that thumb comes out and those fingers just rotate around the ball and impart force to that ball, he is really just putting on a classic demonstration in this first game. Plus, he's getting some breaks with his trip forward. So.
Yeah. He's got the right roll, the right cover, the right angle, and the right speed. Big game for Teata. 255 to 230 over John Handegard.
Hope you like
and when we come back, a look